Long ago, both before and after the events of the Exodus, the ancient Egyptians lived in a society that throughout the different ages of the past universally valued divine favor in the afterlife. The ancient Egyptian civilization, like many other cultures, often expressed their societal values through various artworks that would not only be meant for viewing, but were believed to have a spiritual effect as well. Now, in the afterlife, which ancient Egyptians held very, very dear to their culture, there was a lot of funerary artwork placed in pharaoh and nobility's tombs. Like in the pyramids, there are tombs of pharaohs believed to be booby trapped and decorated in various funerary artworks. For example, this death mask at the Art Institute of Chicago. This mask was crafted to present an idealized version of the wearer, ensuring that they would continue to breathe, hear, see, speak, and continue to be able to use all the functions they had in the realm of the living within the afterlife, as it was a long and tedious task to get to, as believed by the ancient Egyptians. Now, the wearer of a death mask was believed to be provided with the essentials that were believed by the living to provide them with an easier journey and a it was very helpful to them in their journey to the afterlife so they could still function and get where they needed to go using the skills they had in the realm of the living. This specific ancient Egyptian death mask hails from the late Ptolemaic period and the early Roman period, 1st century BCE. In this mask, the viewer can see where there are idealized human facial features, as well as there are many decorative details and intricate illustrations and depictions all over the mask, serving as a universal purpose for the wearer that is equipping the mask to be well equipped, crossing into the afterlife with the skills and attributes once believed to be necessary in this divine voyage. As seen on the death mask, there are various symbols that stand out as focal points, such as the amulets shaped into anatomically correct human hearts. They are strung around the neck of the mask, which are spiritually purposed to provide the wearer with an extra layer of protection, as hearts were believed to be the center point of emotion and thought. Unlike modern society, where it is the brain, ancient Egyptians believed the brain was what rotted the human body, as they would pull it out with a metal-like hook through the nostril in the mummification process. Before they equipped the user with any death masks or death armor, uh, they would take out the brain, as it was believed to rot the mummification process and the human body, although we know that is not true now. However, this death mask and the symbols on it were believed to provide one with what was believed needed to be a fair trial in the afterlife, in which was held by a tribunal of gods that would weigh the dead individual's heart on a feather to see if they led a just life. And if it was not balanced on the pendulum here, you can see that there would not be entrance into the afterlife. They, on the opposite hand, would be led into a realm of non existence, which is very much disfavored in ancient Egyptian culture. Now, delving further into the mask, one can see that there is significant repetition of pattern as well as balance, which shows an equal amount of each symbol, as there is almost 1-for-1 ratio of everything. As you can see on the shoulder, there is a man doing the same pose and the same headdress, same clothes, same everything. And this is to create a sense of harmonious balance amongst the dead. And the ancient Egyptians valued balance and civilization. They valued balance and harmony amongst the dead who were being sent on this divine voyage in the afterlife. Next, looking at the other mask of Tutankhamun, which was crafted during the New Kingdom around 1323 BC, weighing at 22.5 pounds. This mask is made of gold inlaid with enamel and semi-precious stones such as turquoise and lapis lazuli. Now, in this headdress, you can already see that it is more profound. In this entire death mask, you can see that this is not just some regular person. This was the most notable pharaoh in ancient Egyptian history, Pharaoh Tutankhamun. And his discovery changed the world of archaeology and ancient Egyptian history forever. This shows the stature of power with this headdress, which is common amongst pharaohs. Not only is it that, however, the metals used showcase someone who was of wisdom, power, and ruled over a region. As you can see, there is also a very powerful masculine beard in this. And that was common amongst pharaohs, that was common amongst rulers in the region. It is a royal nature. Unlike the previous mask, Tutankhamun's mask includes the royal headcloth and false beard, linking him to the divine, as the divine were often depicted similarly to this pharaoh and to this death mask. And pharaohs were often believed to be the most favored of the divine, and the gods favored the pharaohs and the royal more than the common folk, and this was believed to be a sign of divine favor, which was of utmost importance to the ancient Egyptians. The bright semi-precious stones create a harmonious pattern on the chest plate, and the back of the mask features spell 151B from the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which would protect, like the hearts, would protect the limbs and torso of the wearer in the afterlife. And you'll see up close the spell right here. Written in glyphs on the back of the mask is meant to offer protection to the pharaoh's vital body parts. The goddess Nekhbet and Wadjet are depicted protecting his brow, further enhancing the mask's spiritual significance. And the harmonious patterns also signify balance once again in death. And just like the pendulum needing to be balanced, everything here signifies balance. Everything about this mask here signifies balance. Now, moving on to the end here, these artifacts collectively illustrate the profound importance of the afterlife and divine favor in ancient Egyptian funerary art. The intricate designs and symbolic amulets, as well as the line structure and composition, show how simplicity can meet complexity, all the while providing endless symbolism. When a picture says 1,000 words, these say 2,000 words. You find a depth like no other within these death masks. And they highlight the Egyptians' beliefs in protection, balance, and essential support of the gods, ensuring a successful journey into the afterlife, which was valued like no other in ancient society, especially ancient Egypt. Through these artworks, we as modern historians gain an insight into a culture that deeply valued the spiritual well being of their deceased and the continuation of their existence beyond death.